Hello. So tomorrow I'm performing at the Glastonbury Festival. Now, bearing in mind that I'll be spending my day in the middle of a huge muddy and/or dusty field in the middle of nowhere, obviously choosing the right clothes is very important. No. No. Aha! Third time lucky. I think this'll work just fine. One of the things I find stressful about the idea of Glastonbury is being stuck in such a huge mass of humanity, unable to easily escape. Anyone watching this who also has an anxiety disorder, as I do, will know that one of the things you learn to do is to always have an exit strategy from any situation. Luckily for me, the lovely organisers have given me one. I am doing the whole festival in one day. Right now it's morning, and by the time I go to sleep tonight in my own bed, not in a tent, I will have travelled all the way to the festival, done a show, and then scampered back home again. Now, I'm not doing it this way because I think I'm special, but because I know I'm fragile. It's my first time, come on, training wheels, right? But still, I'm excited. I can't wait to get there and feel how it feels. So, let's go. Normally, if I was going to a gig and I didn't know what to expect, I'd maybe be a little bit apprehensive. But I wasn't on this one. I guess because my main reason for doing it was that I've never done it, so finding out what it's like was a motivating factor rather than a potential source of stress. I got picked up at the station, and as we drove to the site, I found myself trying to see through the gaps in the roadside hedges to get a glimpse of it. It reminded me of when you're a kid going on holiday and you try to be the first person to see the sea. And then we were in it. It's a city. A bigger population than Bristol, I was told. I mean, to be fair, most of Bristol was probably at Glastonbury, but that's not the point. There's full infrastructure. Power, water, waste management, a radio station, a full-on hospital, but all just for 5 days. It's a completely insane idea that if it were pitched from scratch would get laughed at, but of course, that's not how it happened. It grew. I got to my tent, met all the fantastic techies and stage managers who all made it so easy, and before I knew it, I was saying hello to my first Glastonbury audience. I think the show went well. Lots of people congratulated me afterwards. It was a really hot, sunny day outside, so inside the tent, even with the side panels open to let the air in, it was basically a 1,000-seat air fryer. It was a Sunday afternoon, and I suspect many of my crowd hadn't had a sensible early night on Saturday, so they took some gentle waking up in the opening minutes. It felt halfway between a street show and a theatre show. They needed me to bombard some energy into them, but at the same time it was a chilled out Sunday afternoon, so if you demand too much, they'll start to not like you. Pretty quickly though, we found our balance and I got rolling. And I think they really appreciated my show being one of only 3 at the entire festival that didn't feature a guest appearance by Dave Grohl. I mean, he was in the wings, but I shot him a look and he backed off and went to play guitar solos at an organic burrito truck. And then I was done, and they cheered and clapped, which I'm told is a good sign of success in the performative arts. And then I was packing away my gear backstage, and I could hear someone singing the song Here Comes the Sun. And I thought, oh, that's a nice thing to play on a sound system on such a nice chilled sunny Sunday. And then I realised it wasn't a sound system, it was Cat Stevens over in the next field singing it live. I made sure that I had some time to explore, so I did. I wandered around the neighbourhood that my tent was in, and that was when I started to get an actual taste of what this is all about, I think. Bumping into old friend after old friend, lots of nice hugs, people who had seen my show or seen me somewhere else in the world, introducing themselves, constant, delightful social interactions. But there were also tiny moments when I didn't quite know what to do and went back to my venue to kind of take a breath. It's easy to feel alone when you're surrounded by 200,000 people, and that's why I was going home the same day as I arrived. I know what I'm like. The longer I'm there, the more chance of the delight fizzling out in my stupid broken brain. But that's on me, not on Glastonbury. All in all, I had a gorgeous time. I think I saw it on a good hair day. It was sunny, dry, warm, everyone felt like they were in good moods. All the people who wanted to get me there, from theatre and circus kingpin and old juggler friend Haggis to everyone else, was so great and made me feel so welcome. As I left, they were already talking about what I'd do next year. On our way out of the site, we drove up a high dirt track that overlooked the pyramid stage. Blondie were playing. So we stopped and watched for a while, and we agreed that Debbie Harry is incredible, and then we continued our journey back to the station so I could go home. That is not something that every gig can offer. As always, thanks for watching. Blah blah blah, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff really helps small creators like me. Blah blah blah, Patreon, link under this video. Hope you're good. See you next time.